चाहूँगा तो I want to welcome Christine Ghezzo. Christine, how are you?
I am doing very well. Hello, Manish Ji. Thank you so much for having this event on your show.
Oh, it is like a blessing in disguise that I'm selected to do this, and I've been blessed now, and especially after Acharya ji sang such beautifully, I feel so much peace in my body right now. Right now, I was little stressed up, Christine, because I just want everything to go so well, but now I feel so relaxed. So this is the power of music, I think.
It absolutely is, and it's also the power of Guruji's voice and his presence. He has that effect on all of us, and it's a blessing to be his student also.
That's so true. So could you tell us something about yourself and how did you learn about the school and what are you learning and what do you do?
Sure. So I'm originally from New York City, and my parents are both musicians and music professors of Western classical music. And I actually started singing when I was very young. My father was the director of the music composition program at NYU at New York University for 35 years. And my mother is a musicologist for the City University of New York. And what was really wonderful about that, in addition to starting my own music training very early, was that they had a very deep appreciation for Indian classical music. Even when I was a child, I remember my parents playing Indian classical recordings. Not all the time, but it was in the repertoire of music that we listened to at home. And one very interesting thing is when I first started studying Indian classical music, they said, oh, this makes sense because when my mom was pregnant with me, they were really in that phase of listening to a lot of Indian classical music.
Oh,
so
okay.
I like to start when people ask me about how I came to Indian classical music, I like to share that because I think part of this was predetermined for me.
Very
And so 9 years ago, my husband and I moved from New York to Tampa, and I already started some studies in New York, but I wasn't as focused as when I arrived here, and I was introduced to Guruji Radharamanji, and I became his student in between 6 and 7 years ago. And from that point in time, I really decided to dedicate myself to learning as much as I can about this incredible tradition of music. And it's interesting that as the years go by, I understand more and more how vast it is and how little I actually know in the moment and how much more there is to go. But fortunately, I have an amazing Guruji, and I am continuing my studies.
right. Isn't music like galaxy and we are humans on earth? Think when we look at the sky, say we have conquered everything, but actually if you go out of the sky, we go up and we see the vast galaxy, we will notice that we are not even a smallest atom in terms of galaxy.
Yeah, that is absolutely the perfect way to put it. That's how studying this
Music
music
is.
feels to me.
Right.
Yes.
I can feel you. So, Christine, good to talk to you, and we all would love to hear. Tell me something what you are going to present to my listeners, and what Raag is it, and what does this Raag means?
So I will be presenting Raag Charukeshi, and it's a composition, Lagela Mora Mana Toso. This is Pandit Jasraji's composition, and it's the Raag itself is one that I feel is so full of longing. It has both, in music terms, both the major and minor modes inside it. So to me, it's a very talking about vastness. This rag to me has a vastness of emotions, and this bandish composed by Bade Guruji, I feel encompasses that feeling, and this is my humble attempt at approaching it.
Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Christine Ghezzo.
re ga ma pa da ni da pa ma da re ga ma pa da pa ma da ga ma pa la ge la ni sa ni sa re sa ni sa ni sa re sa ni da pa da ni da pa da ni sa re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa la ge la la ge la la ge la.
Superb, superb, superb. Amazing, amazing. Well, Christine, superb, unbelievably superb. It was such a beautiful recital. It was too good. Thank you so much. And tell us, why did you decided to sing this particular rag?
Um, a continuation of what I was saying before. I like rags that have a sense of longing or nostalgia in them. I like happy, pure happy music also, but there is something when there is a tinge of that more longing quality that I automatically resonate with. And so there's a beauty in this rag, in this composition that to me really is an example of what my heart resonates to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, it was an extremely, extremely nice composition. We really loved it. People are like so amazed, and they are now into deep, what we say, relaxation and meditation. Maybe they are in a very different place right now. All the listeners, they're amazing. So thank you so much, and stay with us. I'm going to introduce to
Thank you so
to
much.
my audience another gentleman.